Okay, I'm back. I had to hammer my tang pin in.
I didn't even see that you could see the reflection through the window.
Oh shit. Yeah, I guess I'm doxing myself
I
if I
mean,
like. Yeah.
I don't know if anyone could pinpoint your location just by that window shot, but
Hey man, there are crazy people online. You never know.
fucking rainbow. The guy
Yeah,
just
dude,
sees a
he's gonna
grain
fucking
of sand.
triangulate my. Yeah, dude, I swear.
Dude, that's
Okay.
scary. I'm sure you'll be fine. Uh,
Yeah, everything looks the same in New York anyway, so nobody's gonna find me.
I was actually just about to ask you that. Well, I guess we should start with the basic questions first. What's your name and what's your age?
Okay, so my legal name is Lokian. It's like Romanized Cantonese. But
Mm,
everyone calls me Loki, so
okay.
I'm Loki, and I'm 22.
Oh,
Pretty
sick.
old now. I'm an old head.
Not
I
really.
I, I was I was a new gen. I was a new gen at some point, but not
Yeah,
anymore.
when'd you start flipping? I'm curious as to when.
I think like late 2019 or late 2018 or something like that.
Mm.
I probably late 2018.
So kind of like man, this was just before like Prime Squid, or like before they started getting
Mm.
their sponsors and them posting actually.
Yeah, they were
Um,
like semi big when I started already.
were they still coming out with the Squid Trainer at that point?
Yeah, I think it was just their Squid Trainer. They didn't make the Mako or the Nautilus yet. What was their first product after the Squid Trainer? I don't actually know.
The well, it was the Trident for a little bit, a little different from the
Oh, the
Triton.
Trident. I was there when
Yeah.
they released the
Oh,
Trident.
really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
damn.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that one
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
weird. It was like it
Yeah,
was like
dude,
the
they made
Mako.
one and then they fucking sold it and then like they stopped
Yeah.
making them ever again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you live in New York?
Yeah, but I'm from Hong Kong, so I moved here
Oh, sick.
in 2021. So I've been here like 3.5 years now.
Damn. Is there like a big difference, would you say, from Hong Kong to New York?
Most of the people, they're both cities. Hong Kong is cleaner and safer, but there's more like people are more open here. There's more cultures, more interesting people. Definitely more people who are open about like art and stuff.
For sure. I mean, it's New
Um,
York, so I'd imagine
yeah,
so.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, you're from Hong Kong. Do you still speak Chinese?
We speak Cantonese
Or
in Hong Kong.
Cantonese, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, no, you're
I
fine.
apologize.
Uh, dude, I grew up going to like I grew up mainly speaking English. I speak English to my parents, but they reply to
Really?
me in Cantonese. Um, and my relatives speak to me in Cantonese, but I reply in English. So, but I can understand and I can speak like to like a decent degree, but my reading and writing is like horrendous.
Ah. See, I find that's pretty common for like, do you know his name is like Tan Hai. He's Vietnamese, but he speaks English like natively, kind of the same way that you do,
Mm,
but
mm,
everyone else around him speaks like Vietnamese, or I guess in your case that would be Cantonese. Why
yeah.
is that? Why do you speak
I
English
grew
instead?
up I grew up going to international school.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, that like explains. I mean, also because fucking Hong Kong was colonized by the Brits, so
Oh, that I didn't know.
you can get away just speaking English here. Um, a lot of signs are in English. Like, yeah.
Huh. Interesting. Wow.
Mm.
So, when did you move out to New York? Not. Are you in the city or just New York?
Uh, I guess I'm in Brooklyn,
Oh, okay.
but yeah, I guess that's the city. So yeah. when did I move here? 2021. It was after COVID,
Oh, okay.
or I guess during, but yeah.
So how did you get introduced to balisong flipping?
I think it was from video games. Like as a kid, I used to play like TF2 and CS,
Mm,
like CS:GO.
yeah.
And I think it was just some fucking shit on my YouTube recommended. My first ballad song was a barfly because
Oh, nice.
they were legal in Hong Kong. So that's what I flipped. I also had a cheap comb trainer that I got when I went to Madrid. So I was in
Oh,
Spain and I
what?
got yep, it was really dog shit, but it was like it taught me like flipping on a more normal ballad song that wasn't a barfly. So that's what
Yeah,
I
no, those
flipped.
things are janky. And they're loud as hell too. I don't know
They
how
are,
anyone
but
flips it.
they're kind of fun. I low key don't hate them.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Hmm,
Mm.
interesting. I saw like on a lot of your older videos you flip like a Ryworks Omeme trainer.
Oh
Do you still
yeah,
have
yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, but it's in. Oh no, it's here. I have that somewhere here. I was just. I have it, but I think one of the screws is like crazy Loctited, and I couldn't unscrew it because it would just spin.
Oh damn.
Um, So I was in like maybe like 2 years ago, I was trying to drill drill through the screw,
Oh my god.
um, because I couldn't disassemble it, but it was like a loose screw. So every time I flipped it, it would like not feel that good. Which is ironic coming from me when I flip this Nautilus that is completely unmodded. Like not modded. Like I don't do any maintenance. Like I don't use Loctite and I don't use lube.
Mm.
Um,
Ah, so it's
so coming
bone
from
dry all the
me,
time.
yeah, I love me some bone dry shit, man.
It's good.
Um, yeah, so I still have it. I kind of like when I had it here, like after I stopped flipping it, I kind of just left it to um bottle opening duties. But
Oh damn.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like some knives in particular like flip better if they're like bone dry. And some like you can't flip it
Mm.
without like Loctite or at least it being tuned to an extent.
Well, what do you think flips better, like bone dry?
This guy right here, the AB. Dude,
Oh,
it's so bad when it has lube in it, but like it's a trash
interesting.
kind of good when it doesn't have anything in it.
I understand.
Whew.
That's me and the Nautilus, dude. Every time it gets loose, I use my thumb to screw it back in.
Oh, it's that bad. Damn.
It's fine, dude. I'm chilling. I like it. I don't care.
So, what other knives do you have?
What do I own? Like here?
Yeah.
What do I have here? I have a Kraken trainer. Not gonna lie, I don't like flipping that as much. It feels too stable. It feels too like good, which is
Yeah.
why I like flipping the Nautilus. Um, I have the Omeme. I low key, I think. Oh, I think I have an LDY thing. I feel
Oh,
so
damn.
bad, dude. They like wanted to sponsor me and send me a knife just as I was like quitting flipping. But
Damn.
like, dude, but like they like also took a while to send it to me, so I like low key quit by the time they gave it to me, and I felt so bad, and I just like posted a story with it, saying it was really good, and like, damn. But yeah, I sort of flipped that. I mostly use it to open packages, but
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
Any knives you wish you had at the moment?
Um, like I've always wanted a Kono, but not gonna buy one. That shit is
Dude,
expensive.
they go for like at least 4K. It's just
That's insane.
insane. And then
Yeah, I'm not buying that.
some of the more special ones that have like custom engraving or With
There's the crow one. That one is awesome though.
crow
Who
one?
has it? Yeah, there's one with the crow engraving.
Oh, it looks
I
like a
forgot who
pencil
has
sketch,
it.
right? Um,
Maybe.
I don't know. I know I've seen one. It looked kind of fake. It was like black, but the edges were white. That
I
might
don't think
be
I've
it.
seen that
No?
one.
Huh.
Don't think I've seen that one. But I forgot like see I'm not super active in the community anymore, but I remember I was friends with the guy who owned it and I think he's selling them now because he needs the money. But
I know who you're
yeah, super
talking about,
cool.
actually. He has like
Yeah.
4 Konas, right?
Yeah, he has an insane
Yeah, yeah,
collection.
yeah. Ah, now I can't remember the
I just
name.
forgot his name. Yeah, I can't remember his name. I remember he was a bartender and he was friends with Jeff, but
Oh, sick.
I couldn't remember.
Do you have any live
But yeah, that
blades? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, I was just gonna say like another thing. I wanted a 47. 47s are pretty cool.
Oh, okay.
Um, they also fan pretty well. But I don't know. I just can't see myself shelling out money right now for a live blade because I'm like not really gonna flip it.
Yeah, I get
So
that.
yeah,
How about live blades? Do you have any?
I have the LDY one, and then uh, James lent me his 42 and
Yeah.
Gigas
Oh, he gave
and
you the
some other
Gigas?
thing. Give me the Gigas. I actually have them. I don't know what the fuck the other thing is, but wait, give me a
Oh, he gave you probably the Canon, the
Oh
Nabalius one.
no.
It flips
No,
like
I don't think that's what
silverware.
it's this thing.
Oh,
I
the
don't know what this
Wraith?
is.
Damn, what? Wait, when he got
I
a
don't know
Wraith?
what
What
that
the
is.
fuck?
Couldn't tell you.
What the
But he's
hell?
he's a he's a homie for that one. With the
Yeah.
Gigas? Whoa, crazy.
Dude, the Wraiths are impossible to find now. I'm surprised he even found it. And the
Like,
White's a rare one.
damn. I have no idea. Couldn't tell you. I'm not tapped in. I'm not tapped into the knife market really, but it seems cool.
Dude, like when they first came out, um, first of all, the drop that they did on Blade HQ, it lasted like not even 10 minutes. And
Oh wow.
all like, I want to say 200 knives that they had made, all gone. And so
How
for
much how much were they?
they retailed for like $280, which is like
Oh, not
realistically, that's
crazy.
not bad. Yeah.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And people had been looking forward to it for a while, but
Wait, who makes them?
EPS. His name is
Was EPS big before the race?
yeah, he's kind of an OG flipper, like from the days they used to
Oh,
just kind of like sit a camera in front of them and just record in front of a dog kennel or something.
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, but I mean because of that it had a lot of hype around it before it even released, which I
I
guess is
see.
why it saw so many sales. But for the longest time, it was like envied and sold at crazy prices. Like people would buy it
Damn.
for I saw someone sell it for $400 once,
Damn.
which is like a little more than what they retailed for.
Yeah.
Just to even get this one was a pain. Cause like,
Is that oh that's also a race.
yeah, this is also a Wraith.
I see.
Fun fact, this is James's Wraith.
That's so crazy, bro.
Dude, it was so weird
How
because
wait, why did he have two? What the hell?
I have no clue. Well, this was way before he had that one. To be honest, I didn't even know
I
he
see.
had it. But young Master Dan,
Yeah.
he had put on his story that knife right there. And
Mm.
I already had a Wraith at the time, but I wanted ones that actually that I could actually like flip, take out, you know.
Mm.
So I bought that one for a price I'm not willing to disclose because it was definitely
Sure.
more. But
It's fine to be embarrassed. I will not judge you.
yeah, I'm definitely guilty of spending way too much. But turns out, as soon as I posted on my story, like that I got it, James is like, "Yo,
Yeah.
did you get that from Dan?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
He's like, "Damn, that's my Wraith."
That's crazy.
And I was kind of pissed, but like, laughing about it because we were planning on doing a little collab with the Wraith, and then all
Oh.
of a sudden he didn't tell me, but he sold it, and now I have his knife.
Oh,
So
damn. Well, maybe he sold it because he had that one too.
I don't know. Just recently, he was telling me he wanted one, so I'd assume he didn't have it
Mm,
until recently. But
mm.
it's whatever.
Interesting. Interesting.
But yeah, how do you like the
Yeah, but
Gigas?
I
Oh, sorry, I don't mean to
uh,
keep cutting you off.
no, is dude, I was about to say I think I'm like the least tapped into like knives in like the flipping community, really. Um, yeah. But the Gigas is pretty cool. Um, dude, I can't say anything about these. I just like flipping the Nautilus, really. So I don't
I
really
bet
have
it's a big
opinions.
change from like the Nautilus to the Gigas. It's like heavy as
Yeah, just
hell.
because it's yeah, it's heavy. But it looks it's designed really well. Um, Guy did a great job on it. I'm pretty sure that's
Yeah,
his name, right?
yeah, that's his name.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's does yours tap?
I don't think so. I don't
Okay,
believe so. I think it's pretty well tuned.
man. Dude, for the longest time, I don't mean to keep talking about myself, but for the longest time when I
No,
got
feel free.
this, bro, it tapped like crazy. I think the blade was bent a little bit, and I had to
Mm.
like force it.
How did that happen? Did you get it secondhand or?
Yeah, everything I have is second
Okay.
hands. I can't
Yeah.
afford to pay. Well, actually, that's a lie, but I just haven't come around to buying firsthand.
Yeah.
It's
No,
kind of
that's real. Most of the shit I own is like sponsored shit.
oh yeah.
So like, yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, how'd you even get started with Squid? Because you were sponsored for like a year or 2 years.
Like a year and a half, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How did I get started or sponsored? I just posted a hell of videos. I think okay, maybe crazy to reveal, but I initially got a Squid Trainer 3.5. I think well, first of all, it was like a it was a cool trainer, but I think the biggest intention there was to be able to tag them because I wanted to tag
Ah
them in my
yeah.
videos, and I made a hella videos. Um, and I guess they liked them. I think I started getting followed a while by like Andre and like Stagey, but I think also like Jin because Jin was sponsored at the time.
Oh
If
yeah.
you know Jin,
Oh yeah. Of
yeah,
course I do.
Jin and Kilo. Um, yeah, so they were like they liked my videos. I was friends with them, and then I think the two videos that got them to like notice me were I don't know. It might have been an Omeme video, but I'm pretty sure it was a Squid one because I think I tagged them. But like, I think Jeff really liked the video and he like shared it or some shit. And then the video right after that too. And and then like Lucas hit me up, um, saying that like asking me if I wanted to be sponsored. And then Jin was like saying that he was like vouching for me or some shit. And
Dude, that's
yeah,
sick. Oh, so you
yeah.
already had support from people to get you in. So that's awesome.
Yeah, I think you really do though. You like that's what you gotta do because like I don't know, it makes sense. People like your videos. People who are sponsored like your videos. Like yeah.
Yeah. Well, did you feel that you were kind of popular before getting sponsored by Squid, or did it take getting sponsored for you to actually see some popularity?
I think I think it was the videos that got popular were when I started getting popular and then I got sponsored.
Okay.
Um
Okay.
yeah.
Hmm. Now, you said you started flipping like 2019?
2018, I think
2018?
late 2018. Yeah.
How was it, coming up with your style in that time? Because I'd imagine like the tricks were a little different back then. And
Mm.
it seemed like most people were kind of adamant for keeping not only flipping like pretty niche, but in a way sort of against certain styles, you know?
Interesting. Um, I think I'm always like, no matter what I do, I just don't care what other people think. So, dude, at the time, you get once you get past like, oh, advanced tricks,
Yeah.
um, you have nothing else to learn. So I was just playing around with shit, and I had a phase where I was like, I thought I was the parabolic guy, and like,
No, I can't see that.
oh, you missed it, dude. You missed it. I did crazy parabolic shit. I was doing like parabolic into transfers, parabolic scissor, like some dog shit, man. Like that was the shit I was going for. Like I think style just comes from you being curious about shit, and that's like really it. Like it doesn't come with the intention to find style.
So you didn't even notice that people like may not have liked your style or your videos before? You just kind of didn't pay attention to that?
I didn't care because I started flipping number one on trainers, and number two, I was flipping clones. So I flipped clones back
Ah.
then, and a lot of people didn't like my videos, or I think I came preemptively with the assumption that people wouldn't like my videos because I was flipping trainers or clones. Um, so yeah, so I don't really care. Um, and I just had friends then who liked the things I did anyways, so it didn't really matter to me.
That's
Like
good.
even
Wow.
nowadays, I'll post a video and I don't give a fuck. Yeah.
Speaking of, when you gonna post again? It's been quite a bit.
Ooh. Ooh. There might be something in the works.
Okay.
Not gonna say anything, but I am working on knife fight right now.
Yeah, I was about
So,
to say that's a pretty cool
mm,
thing coming up. How did that even get started?
uh, for a while, I think there's been like ever since Mob, there's been like a lack of online competition. Um, and people have always been talking about it in the background, um and yeah, like people have been talking about it. People have been talking about missing competitions and how they're kind of tired of only in person, because in
Yeah.
person, people are more safe because you have bigger punishments if you make a mistake. So usually people are kind of tired of how boring okay, maybe hot take, but how boring people's combos are. Like, I think live competitions have their merits. Like, it focuses on consistency and it focuses on how good you are at tricks and how good you are at handling pressure in front of a crowd.
True.
But like, I don't know, those skills aren't what I primarily think are important within flipping. I wanna see people try new shit. I wanna see people come up with cool ideas or different ways to engage with the balisong.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where it came from, and then I guess I was talking about it a little bit with Marcus Keitaro Ktexro. But yeah, we were talking about how we kind of both didn't think like there were enough online comps, and then somehow it ended up to us getting on a call and we like talked about it, and then we actually started planning it. So that's been pretty cool.
So were you guys talking before, you and Keitaro?
Like before the
Before the concept
comps.
of knife fight?
Yeah, we've been talking hella, dude.
Oh yeah.
Like if I let me, I think I've been talking to him since 2021.
Hmm.
Let me see. I know there's a specific video that I tagged him that we started talking after that. Um, it was 2020. 2020 we
Wow.
started talking,
Okay.
I think. Um, yeah. I started following him earlier just because I really liked his videos. He mostly posted Big Larry videos back then, and I liked his editing and his filming. And turns out we had a bunch of like similar interests with like video editing and like all that sort of stuff. So that's how we started talking.
Yeah, that's cool. I feel like he's kind of you, but on the beglery side. I know he does balisong flipping too, but like,
Yeah.
as far as like the video editing and style, since he did focus on more beglery back in the day, I feel like you guys have like a similar style, and it was cool to see those combined for
Mm.
the. It was like a collab you guys did with Asterix. I don't remember.
Oh, the Beglary one.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah, yeah.
Beglary video.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
So,
Shout out him, man. He's the goat.
yeah. So did you start doing beglery before ballad songs?
Actually, low key maybe. Well, no. I because I had the barfly pretty long, but then I think I was learning Beglary maybe like a year from that. So maybe
Hmm.
2019, 2020. Um, yeah. So definitely Balisong first, but Beglary like not really close second. I wasn't hugely like committed to it. Um, it kind of became more committed maybe in 2021 or 2022.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hard one to kind of keep in balance with flipping. I feel like although there are similarities between it, it works a kind of whole different skill set.
Mm, 100%. And there's so many nuances because you can do different types of tricks with different string lengths
Yeah.
and like there's different shapes that different people like. There's like so many more nuances. Like some tricks probably only work with some beads, though I assume they probably aren't like that, but they could be. Um, and there's so many like it's just so much more variable because like a string can be manipulated in all these different points, but like a bell song has two pivots, and that's like
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
Wow, I never thought of that. So what beglery do you have?
I have like a few, but they're like away right now. I just have the around square. I don't even know what they're called anymore, dude.
I think I have the same
Whatever
ones
these
though.
are, Shinobi or some shit. I don't
Shinobi.
know. I don't think that's what they're called. Like 1,000% they're not called that. I don't know why I
Like
said that.
I think they're called like the
I don't know what
Titans
the
or
hell.
whatever, but
No, the Titans are the round
oh, the
like
fat one? Okay.
yeah, the fat one. I don't know what these are, man. I just have these. Yeah.
Damn. You have your string like so short. How do you even do anything
Yeah.
on that? That's tiny.
Uh I don't know. I have it really short because I strung them. Well, didn't always have them this short, but I started stringing them this short because of specific tricks. So, like, specific tricks you'll need at a specific length. Like, I don't know, whatever this is, but you can do different tricks at different lengths. And I think I just thought it would be easier to do different tricks with this shorter length. And it's kind of interesting because with this shorter length, I get access to different kinds of tricks too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Did you ever try making the monkey fist ones before, or did you just go right to the bougie
No, but I
ones?
made I made the nut ones. The
Ah,
nut.
those hurt so bad, like when they smack
They were
against your
not good,
knuckles.
dude.
Yeah.
They were not good. And they would like rattle against each other, so low key they were kind
Mm-hmm.
of loud.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. That does
It was
suck.
it was crazy.
Yeah. Dude, those I remember I got one of those nut ones and I had it for like a week. And then I did
Mhm.
some like weird rebound shit like that,
Mm.
but
Yeah.
it totally like swung around and hit my thumb right there and oh
Oh
bro, it
no.
hurt so bad. I like threw it away for a while.
Damn.
Like,
See, I can't imagine getting that injured on something so small like a burglary, dude.
yeah.
Like that's crazy.
No, man, these things can hurt if you hit them the right way.
Mm. How often do you sling?
Not at all. I did it for a video once and since then I don't do it.
Do you do
Oh,
any other like skill toy type shit?
mm, not in particular. I mean, I have a kendama. That I don't really use it though. And
Yeah.
then like Rubik's cubes. I actually got into that before flipping.
Do you still like speed cubing?
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
I'm not very good at it anymore. But I
Yeah,
used
that's
to.
too much brain power, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did? Well, I guess you already answered that. But did you ever have an interest in like other skill toys beyond Beglery and balisong?
Yeah, I think before flipping, I was into cardistry
Oh, okay.
and I wasn't good. I wasn't good at all, but I like cardistry. I like watching it. I think it's really interesting. It's interesting with different ways you can play with the use of cards because cards are like iconographic. Like they're like this thing that everybody knows and sees. So there's different ways you can play with it. Like it can be like an image. There can like people have tricks that are like jokes. Like the way they use the cards in this trick like says something. And that is so interesting because that's not something you really can do with balisongs. I think you probably can, but like that's not a thing that people do with balisongs, and they kind of just treat it as like a juggling slash like manipulation thing other than like a communication tool. Like cardistry in itself I feel like can be treated like dance. um
Huh.
balisong like to less of a degree. I think I've tried things that are like that, but it's a little harder. Yeah.
I've never thought of it that way with cardistry having like a message to it.
Mm.
Wow, that's crazy. But
There's a lot of cool shit.
I guess you could say the same. Like I feel like you have like a cardistry flow in your videos, and when you flip, like especially like the transfer stuff, I kind of see a
Mm.
semblance or resemblance to cardistry. It's
I
cool.
can see that.
Yeah,
Yeah. And then I tried to get into yo-yoing, but as you know, didn't go very well. Um, it's fun
it's a
though.
tough one.
I still love watching it. There's also again a very huge performance aspect of it, um, because all their competitions are live and with music, so they like choreograph it.
Yeah, yeah. They did the
Um,
same thing with kendama.
mm,
Yeah,
I had
it's
no idea.
actually huge. Like,
I know they do live comps, but I didn't know it was like choreographed.
oh yeah. No, they'll throw on
Mm,
the music and everything. Some people like they'll have the string taken off of the well, I guess it's kind of stuck right now, but they'll have the string taken off of the tama so they
yeah.
can just kind of like freelance. It's pretty cool.
Mm, that's cool. They have a thing like that for yo-yoing too, where
Yeah.
it's like more like a Diablo, if you know the
Oh
Chinese
yeah, yeah,
yo-yo
yeah, where
thing.
like the string comes off completely off of the
Yeah,
top.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like with ballad songs it's kind of oddly static the way that it moves.
Mm,
But like of
yeah.
course with creativity you can move it in different ways. And even now
Yeah.
you can see like people manipulating things that I honestly I never thought would be done or possible at all or just never thought of. Like
Mm.
this kind of thing is pretty popular
Oh
now.
yeah. I've been seeing that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of wacky, but
I yeah, I have my opinions. I don't know if I like the way it looks, but I think it's interesting that they're playing around with different ways to manipulate it.
yeah. I feel like now there's a bit of a shift in how should I say this?
Oops.
It seems like most people kind of focus on the technicality and the difficulty of tricks rather than how they look or how it fits their style.
Yeah, I agree. I think like obviously the best thing to do is find some sort of balance, but like I think it's important that people explore what they want to explore anyways.
For
So
sure.
I don't really judge them. Like I used to love Flipper was a dolphin.
Oh, yeah?
I thought he had really interesting ideas, but obviously I don't. love the way everything is executed or put together, but I think his ideas, like as pure raw ideas, are like interesting.
Yeah. To be
Yeah.
honest, I was kind of the opposite way. I when I first saw him, I'm like, "Oh man, this guy sucks." But
Mm.
but now I kind of have like more of an appreciation for the types of tricks that he does because it's honestly just like creative. I feel like we don't see
Yeah.
that very often. So, yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. So, who were some of your inspirations when you started flipping? Who'd you start watching?
Who did I start watching? When I started watching tutorials, it was probably like Knife Yak or like
Mm.
probably just Knife Yak. And then when I started getting into flipping, um, I don't know. It was probably like Andre and Jin. I love the Koreans. The Koreans are in my heart, bro.
Dude,
Um,
the Koreans are crazy, man.
and the Brazilians are crazy. I was good friends with Lucas Abdo. I don't know if you know him,
Yeah.
but
Mm-hmm.
he was the goat. And then afterwards, I guess it was like Balishlong. Balishlong is great.
Does he still post?
I
I
don't know,
haven't really kept up.
not super often. He mostly posts life stuff, I think.
Hmm.
Um, is there anyone else I can think of? Well, I guess Igor, but everyone's fucking inspired by Igor.
Dude, Igor's just. I feel like he's like the top of Brazilian flipping, like just unreal. Which I guess leads me into another point that I had. Do you feel that there's like a difference in regions as far as
Hmm.
style?
Yeah. Well, as far as style, like considering style, you mean?
Consider, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, 1,000%. I think that has to do with um like language first and foremost. Like
Hmm.
different people have access to different tutorials. Like not everyone is watching the same tutorial. So the Brazilian people watch the Brazilian tutorials, which probably the best Brazilian flippers are making. So their styles will look like the guy who's the best in Brazil.
Damn.
Same with Korea. Same with China. China low key has a lot of inspiration for me. I think
Oh,
because
for
some people
sure.
uploaded my shit. Some people uploaded my tutorials and translated them into Chinese. So
Really?
yeah, yeah,
Oh. Like with
yeah.
or
Kind of
without
crazy.
permission? Because,
Without, but I don't care.
yeah.
I don't really care. I mean, as long as people are getting access to tutorials and shit. I think it's funny that the Chinese tutorials have more views than my ones,
Really?
like on
Damn.
YouTube. Yeah, it's really funny, but I don't care. Like,
Yeah.
good for them. Yeah, I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna make money from it anyways. I don't give a fuck.
Damn, that's cool. That,
Yeah.
wow. So you have an international crowd.
Mm.
Shit. What was I about to say? What'd you say before then? About getting your videos translated? What came before that?
Language, like how
Yeah,
they
yeah,
have
yeah.
different. Yeah.
It's weird to say that there's like a semblance or resemblance between the English language and how like American flipping or North American flipping looks.
Yeah.
But I feel like you can definitely see it with the Korean flipping. Cause it like a lot of their stuff is like very vertical, very fast, holding a
Mm.
direction for a while, and then like
Yeah.
doing first of all like four scissors in a row. I don't know if you've seen him, but let me pull up this
No.
guy's
Who?
page. His name is Otter,
Oh, I
Revealed Otter.
recently followed him or them. I don't know. Yeah, them.
Yeah, I don't know either, but yeah, I don't know what it is with those Korean flippers. They're good. They gotta get
They
better than
love
ours
Jin.
though. Yeah.
They love Jin, man. They love their eighth level elevator fucking shit. I don't know what the fuck that was called. The eighth floor elevator or something like that. Yeah.
I've noticed it's a trend with, I guess it might just be a thing with um, not having access to great balisongs um, on the East. But
Mm.
they all have like those squeaky trainers. Like,
Mm.
Jin had the
The bamboo
balicong,
one. Yeah, the
that
bone.
one,
Yeah, yeah.
and then Otter has like a squiddy AL, but it's like so
Mm,
beat to shit. Like
mm.
it seems pretty common with like really good flippers to have the crappiest knives.
Hey, I understand, man. People were shitting on me for the longest time for my squeaky ass omeme because I didn't lube it and it was on bearings and it was
Damn,
so loud.
some bearings.
But
Ooh.
I don't care. And now my Nautilus, I have to hammer once in a while because the tang pin keeps like, dude, every 10 minutes, the tang pin will like go down to here, and I'll have to
Oh
hammer it again.
damn.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
You haven't even bothered to put like Loctite in that?
I'm lazy. I don't
No.
give a fuck.
Yeah.
I don't care. Yeah.
Cause I had that same issue with this tech too. Like the pin would
Mm.
come out here, but honestly, or
Is it a real tattoo?
no, there's no way I'm paying that much
Of
for a real
course.
tattoo.
Yeah.
They go for
Where do
like,
people buy these tattoo clones?
well, you can't get them anymore. They were around for like six
Oh.
months back in like
Cause
2022, I
dude,
want to
like
say.
everyone has one, dude.
I wouldn't say everyone. They're hard to
Mm.
come by now. But for a
Oh.
while, I mean, everyone had it, yeah.
Yeah.
But they were so sought after for quite a while. They went like the clones retail for $80, right?
Yeah.
But
Wait, that's crazy.
hmm oh yeah, that's
Wow.
insane. And
Holy
it's
shit. Yeah.
basically no different than a normal tattoo. So
Yeah.
for that price, that was crazy. But once it got taken off of
Was it DH Gate?
might have been or like Alibaba, some
Mm.
like clone site. But once it got taken down from there, whatever you saw at secondhand, it was like at least $200 or like $150.
$200 for an $80 clone is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you can still find it in fucking China, dude. I'm sure they're still
Oh,
making
for
it.
sure.
Yeah.
I got lucky with mine. I bought it for 120 and I was willing to pay that.
Oh. Yeah. That's fucking good. That's like the price of like an aluminium trainer or some shit.
Yeah, I had to fight,
Jeez.
bro. I had to fight Dumbo Blade because
Ah.
this guy was he was in the same post, the same sales post for that tattoo. And like he had messaged like a minute before me or like left a
Oh
comment on
my
the post a
god.
minute before me. I'm like, fuck, dude. He already had one too. I'm like, please just let me
Oh my.
have
Wait,
this.
why did he want two, bro? That's actually
I don't
fucked.
know.
Greedy for the Tag 2 clone is crazy.
I get it though, but like, oh, dude. I ended up telling the guy, I'm like, I'll pay whatever you want. Just like let me buy it. I was pretty
Damn.
desperate. Yeah.
Damn.
I think he was only selling it for 100 too. So I mean, extra twenty
Damn. Hey,
dollars isn't
he
so
asked for
bad.
only $20. Is not bad,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, he could have upscaled it to like 200, so I'm grateful he didn't.
Do you still flip it?
It's actually my like least favorite flipper in there.
Oh,
'Cause
why? Like the shape?
yeah, the blade, like those little
Oh,
holes on the
yeah.
ends, like if I'm trying to do some like whip rollover kind of thing, my
They
fingers
like
will get
catch your nails?
mm-hmm. It'll
Yeah,
get
yeah,
stuck.
yeah.
I hate that.
That happens with a Nautilus too, but I don't really care.
Yeah.
Also, the serrations on the Nautilus sometimes catch my nails, but like, yeah.
Does your Nautilus like the I don't even know what to call that. The pattern on the blade? Like if you rub your fingers around it, is it like kind of rough?
A little bit. But I think it's like old, so I think that's less of an issue because it's so old.
Mm.
Yeah.
So when'd you get that Nautilus?
I think it was my second sponsor item. Let's see.
Oh, what?
It it was it was might have been 2020 July or something like that. Yeah.
Damn, that's sick.
Nautilus and the Kraken trainer are both my sponsored. I think the Mako V3 was also sponsored. Yeah.
Wow.
Dude, the investment into the fucking Squid Trainer V3.5 was crazy, dude.
What do you mean?
It got me 3 knives for free.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, it led to the sponsor. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, yeah, that's crazy. Do you ever like look
Yeah.
back on your videos and kind of like cringe on it, or are you more proud of like what you did or what you used to post?
Why would I cringe, dude? It's me when I was a kid. I don't like. It's like it's hard work. It's like wholesome when I look back at it.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, especially the collabs. I just remember, the collabs are fun to look at because it was like, oh, like back in the day when you were friends with your friends and you just made a video together.
Speaking of
Yeah.
collabs, dude, on like for quite a while, on every single post you would put
Oh
up, you're
my, wait,
like,
you're not.
you're
Oh
like
yeah, yeah,
collab coming soon or still working on the
yeah,
collab. What even
yeah,
is
yeah,
that? Is that
yeah.
a joke at this point, or was it something at some point?
It was supposed to be a video with me, Jeff, and Jelly, and I think I came up with something, but they're probably busy, or you know what? Maybe they didn't care. I don't know. But they didn't give me a clip for like a really long time. I think Jelly sent a clip, and then Jeff just wasn't sending a clip. And then yeah, so just like it technically did happen eventually. It happened
The New
in
York
that
one, right?
video. Yeah, that video technically. So I guess it eventually got fulfilled like 2 years later or something. But yeah, that
Damn.
was it.
So how'd
And
that
people
even come
still
about? Cause like Joff lives in New Jersey. You're in New York. Oh,
mm,
I guess those two aren't far, but Jelly's in
yeah.
California.
I think he was just visiting or something, and he was here, and they were like, "Oh, do you want to come to our Airbnb?" And I was like, "Sure," and
Sick.
so I did, and that's what happened.
Damn. Wow. So have you been close friends with them for a while?
Uh, Honestly, I don't really talk to Jeff like ever. Like I've met him
Oh yeah.
like 2 or 3 times because he was close with Jared,
Mm.
but Jelly I used to talk to way more often. Nowadays, not really, but I see his stuff from time to time, and I like his stuff. Um, But we would talk a decent amount back then. I think we played Brawlhalla a little bit sometimes.
No way.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
sick.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, not really, to be honest.
You and Jelly and Blinker had a phase
Oh
back in the
my
day with
god,
the Bally
the
Dares.
belly dares. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Whatever started that and why did it end? Well, it makes sense that it
Well,
would
and
end.
because I stopped flipping, but
Damn.
it because back in the day everyone was posting belly dares, and I just you tag the people that you want to try your shit, and they were the people that tried my shit the most. So I just tagged them a bunch, and I also thought it was really funny to bully Blanker because I would just send him the dumbest hard tricks, and then he would have to do them. There was like a day or like a day or two where he was on vacation and didn't have his balisong or something, and I sent him like 6 bally dares, and he had to
That's
come
so
back and
fucked.
then do all of them.
That's so
Uh,
fucked.
that was so fucked up, dude. That was so funny though. Yeah, it was different times, and I was, it was back then when I was way more invested in the community. I used to open my. This was all I did. I would just flip every day, really.
Mm. Yeah, now not so much.
Not as much. I have other things. I want to have a social life.
Yeah, for sure.
Have, I have other things that I like to do. Mostly graphic design, and now that I've graduated, I have work and shit. Um,
When'd you graduate?
yeah, I graduated last year.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, yeah. So post grad life now.
Yeah, how is that?
It's nice. It's nice not being like, not having a bunch of shit to do homework, but freelancing. I'm freelancing right now. Managing your time working on a bunch of different projects is kind of tough, but it's fun. I enjoy it. I enjoy what I do.
It's sick. Yeah. Damn. Oh, speaking of, what do you use to? My bad. What camera do you use? Like, what's your setup like?
I use a Sony A6400.
Damn, that's
This
bouge.
is that camera. I got it 2020 COVID because COVID in Hong Kong we had stimulus check, so I just used it by the
Oh,
camera,
nice.
and yeah, and then I've just had it now for like 4 or 5 years. I recently got a different lens. Maybe you'll see a new video,
Maybe. Oh,
but yeah, exciting, exciting.
how about editing software?
I'm a big After Effects fan. Um, coming from the editing community, unfortunately, I really liked editing. Well, I didn't edit a lot myself, but I really liked. See, I'm gonna name drop now because I don't want to be in this alone.
Let's see it.
But me and Marcus both really liked anime edits.
Oh yeah.
But well, I liked it more so for the editing. I've never really cared to make an anime edit just because I don't know, like why? Like I don't
Yeah.
understand. But I think it's a really cool medium that people use to express themselves, and there's a lot of great editors that come out from that. That end up being like working in like movies or like music videos. Like people are so fucking
Oh yeah,
talented.
that's crazy. I'm
But
on.
yeah, it's really cool.
I'm honestly surprised before both you and Marcus that no one really did editing like that. You guys were kind of the first to
Mm,
do it.
yeah, I know. I'm surprised too. Actually, I think. Okay, there is one video I cringe about, and that is the video that is archived and not up on my profile.
Ah.
But then, but there was a video where it was like the start when because I was inspired by anime editing, but also like COD edits and like video game
Mm.
editing, and a bunch of those had like speed ramping, like velocity. So
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
you would sync audio to the video, um, and that's what I did for this one flipping video. And wow, I can't believe I did that. That video got a lot of traction because like nobody had seen editing like that. But nowadays, I would never make anything like that.
Do you have it up still?
No, it's
Curious.
archived.
Ah,
It's
damn.
embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
Why, the combo's
Can't
embarrassing or
have
just
that.
the video as a whole?
Um, the combo was like fine. I don't like sure, but like the editing, wow, there's too much going on. There was too much. I can't. I would like. I nowadays I have too. I focus too much on the flipping, or not too much, but I prefer to focus on the flipping. So I don't want to edit like super crazy.
Are you kind of perfectionist when you make videos?
Sorta. I think I focus a lot on the details. Um, like what song matches the video, how you edit it to the song, where the song starts, where it ends,
Hmm.
um, where to put slow mos because the slow mos should probably sync up with parts of the song. But like once I feel like it's done, I'll just throw it out. I don't really like. I don't think that much about it.
Do you bother to do like color editing?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
for sure. Yeah.
Seems like that's kind of become more popular to make videos more cinematic nowadays.
Mm.
Do you think you were part of the reason that that's a thing now? Like taking care of the video rather than just the flipping?
I think partly, yeah. When I think about videos before me, there weren't that many videos that were like that people cared that much about the editing or I think I started that terrible like that trend of people making intros for their videos. um
Like what in particular?
like
The
like
graphic
put
ones?
a word, yeah, like put a word in front of it or like do like a cinematic B-roll shot or some shit. um yeah, there was that. Yeah, I don't know. I guess before that, the only ones I can think of that were like well recorded were like, oh, what was that guy's name? I was talking about it with Marcus, but there was a YouTuber. I forgot his name, Knife Caviar made
Mm.
like high quality videos, and then like there's one video I'm thinking about with like Matthew Brotherton and like Ryloth. Um,
Oh, neither
that
of
was
them
like,
probably
but it
have
was
it
like
up now.
shot well. I don't know if they still have it up. They probably do. I think it's on Ryloth's thing.
Is that the one with the tsunami, or was that before the tsunami even
That's
came
old.
out?
It's like an old video. I think there's like a purple 41 or some shit or 42 or something.
Mm.
And then besides that, it was like cardistry videos, and Beglary. There's some pretty cool Beglary videos, but yeah.
I wonder how you would edit cardistry in that sense, or like incorporating it with graphic design. Kind of
Uh,
cool.
I don't think there's that much of it. I nowadays I also don't. I prefer not to put that much graphic shit in my videos, anyways. But uh, I think there's not a lot of that in cardistry because the cards itself, like, kind of do that anyways with the graphics on the cards.
True.
Um,
I
it's more
guess
so like
you got.
uh yeah, okay. It's more so like slow-mos for like specific tricks, but usually
Mm.
they don't really slow-mo shit or like different angles. Um yeah, yeah.
I mean, I guess like I don't have a set of cards on me, but like if you were to like kind of show it off, you could do like I don't even know how to call it, but like an overlay, as if like the card was a graphic, and then you can like shoot it out with the camera or something. I don't know. It's getting creative.
Yes. I guess. Yeah. There's a ton of stuff people do. There's this guy that released this deck of cards recently that are pretty cool too, but let me see if I can find it. Ah, I found it. These cards are like, oh, the back of the card is like it's like
Oh,
animated, so they're like
what?
frames of the card spinning. Like there's a lot of cool shit you can do with cards, really.
Damn, wait, that's really cool. What the hell?
Yeah.
Wow. Just a bit ago, you mentioned Jared, Clockwork Flips.
Mm,
He no longer goes by that, but I actually saw on his old page that he went to Hong Kong and flipped with you there. How was it?
yeah.
How was flipping, first of all, in Hong Kong at all?
Do you mean like flipping outdoors specifically?
Yeah, I mean, you guys were on a boat when you recorded it, right? Or some like there
No,
was
it was like a
water.
hotel.
Really?
It was a hotel.
Damn.
I don't remember where the water was. It might have been like outside the hotel, but yeah, it was not a boat.
When that video was shot, do you feel like you were still kind of developing your style?
Yeah, I don't remember what the fuck I did in that video. I think they were just transfers. I think I had the omeme. I think back then I was like, yeah, I was just playing around with transfers, really.
How was working with Clockwork? Because I know you guys did another video for Zenith with the
Oh
in New York
yeah.
City.
No, that was in Philadelphia. Yeah,
Well,
that
you
was in
guys had another
Philadelphia.
one
Oh,
in New York
Pennsylvania.
City.
That was in Pennsylvania. Oh, we did have another one in New York. Yeah, that was with Jeff. That was
Yeah.
in like Central Park. That was fine. People don't really care here. Um, we were just outside in Central Park, and I was doing some of their shit. But that was cool. It was cool meeting other flippers that you've seen online for like quite a while. Yeah, because most of my community within flipping has like just been online. So, because especially coming from Hong Kong, because there's like two flippers in Hong Kong.
Really?
So
Oh wow.
yeah. So like I was that's why I was so online. It's because like I didn't really know anyone who did it in real life.
Would you say that's part of the reason why you moved out to the United States? No.
Absolutely not. I would
Ah.
not. I would not. I would not hinge my like life and my career and my future on flipping like that. Yeah.
Damn. Okay. So you
Yeah.
already kind of had an idea that you wanted to move out to New York before, I guess, before flipping.
less New York specifically, but yeah, like the U.S. I think
Okay.
culturally, I kind of lean more towards the American culture, anyways. Um, yeah.
Hmm. I know you did the video with wait, so you mentioned Philadelphia earlier with Clockwork? Is
Oh, it
that
was actually Pennsylvania.
or
I just forgot.
Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
Is that the one with where you and Joff are in the staircase? I know it's shot like with
Oh,
Jared's camera.
that's two different videos. I'm talking about the YouTube video, but
YouTube.
there was also the Jeff staircase one.
What's the YouTube one? I feel like I'm kind of
It was like
lost.
Loki touches grass or some shit.
Oh, it's that one. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. I feel like not only with just your YouTube channel, but for your video, well, for your videos as a whole, I feel like it has like a kind of I apologize if this kind of comes off rude, but it has like this um oh it's like you know those small vlog channels on YouTube where it's just
Oh,
like get ready with me or like a day in the
yeah.
life. I feel like it has that kind of
Yeah.
style to it. Was that intentional?
I see it. I see it. No, I think um I don't know. There was no real intention with the way I did the videos. Like the tutorials were just, make something clean and something that's easy to understand. Especially because, dude, tutorials are fucking long. Why the fuck are they so long? Like,
Yeah.
dude, my shit was like a minute, 2 minutes. Like tutorials don't need to be that long. So that was the way I made tutorials. And I guess, maybe low key if I think about it, the fucking grass video is kind of like YouTube vlog. So I guess
I
there's
guess
part of
so.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
But shit, what'd you say before that? I had something.
Uh, YouTube, talking about YouTube
Oh
and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Pennsylvania.
The
Oh, with the Jeff video.
no, not that. I was actually gonna bring up the YouTube thing. Um,
Mm,
th I won't lie, balisong content on YouTube sucks. Um,
yeah.
do you feel like it could get better, or it's just kind of lost for that platform?
Like, I don't know. Like, what the fuck kind of videos are you gonna make? It depends. I mean, I just can't specifically imagine types of content that people would find interesting right now for me to like make. Like, I guess tutorials, but the biggest thing stopping me from making tutorials is one, they're kind of boring to make,
Yeah.
and two, I don't want to name my tricks. Like, I can't come up with a name that is not cringe, so I will just not name my tricks.
I
And
feel
then
like naming
three,
tricks at all is cringe.
I know it's weird. It's weird how we've taken this route. Um, yeah, but and three, I don't understand the point of making tutorials when you can slow videos down and just look at them. Is the biggest thing. Yeah.
Honestly, those are more helpful than someone actually explaining it, because then they could explain it wrong or kind of confuse it for you.
Yeah, and you can rewind it whenever you want to and see what people are doing. I just think it's like easy. I don't know.
Not only that, but like most tutorials, they'll only like focus on like one trick, like the twirl or something. But
Mm,
that, like once you learn it, you only know the twirl. Like you don't know anything
yeah.
to do after it. But like I feel like that's what's with Instagram, it's a little better because you can see people actually like incorporating that into their combos and how they get out of it or like what they do
Mm,
with it. Like,
true.
yeah.
It's. I also think like the tutorials we have already are like good enough. Like
Yeah.
the basic, the beginner, intermediate, advanced is like all we need. Obviously we don't agree with the labels anymore because people have changed over time. Like choker fan advanced is crazy. Like, but like
For a
I
time
think
though, it
those
was.
tutorials. It probably was. Yeah. But I don't know. I think once you get past those fundamental building blocks and you just see like flipping as like manipulating this one object, um, instead of like having a set, you know, uh, set basket of tricks that you can learn and that you have to learn, it you know you don't really need tutorials anymore.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're definitely helpful to a certain extent, but if you really actually want to start flipping, it's better to just watch someone else's videos and kind of get a feel for like what tricks they do in succession rather than in like singularity.
Hmm.
Yeah. I mean, you
Yeah.
can learn shit, you could learn a behind the eight ball, but if you don't know what to do after it, then you're gonna be stuck.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the important thing to learn is like, yeah, learn things that you can do after them, but like it's the skill of figuring out what like options you have after
Yeah.
tricks.
Asflow actually has a video from like 10 years ago talking about that. He's like,
Oh.
once you learn, God, I gotta find the video now. It's like once you learn how to do this trick, you're like, oh, this is kind of a setup for another trick, and then that trick sets up for that one. It leads to a flow in your mind, and then all that's left is just to
True.
execute it. Now I
True.
gotta find it. This is gonna bother me if I don't find it.
Yeah, but Aspa is the goat. He's great.
He's been flipping for so long. Like him, Andre. I don't know if Joff started around that same time, but they all feel like new gen OGs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. For
Yeah.
sure. I think in my head, Asflo is a little bit older than Andre, but I like yeah, like Jeff, Seiji, Kurt.
Kurt, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the YouTube video that he did with Kuma Films?
Yes, the huge one.
Yeah. Yeah, that
Yeah,
one's awesome.
I did. That's cool. It's a great video.
I feel like we could definitely see more stuff like that in the community, but it's also kind of like it made sense for the time. It was like 2017 when that came out. But now like you don't how do I say this without being rude? Like that content is almost like cringy with the music choice. Like looking back on it now, it's like eh. It's more
Yeah.
like it's kind of stuck in the past a little bit.
Yeah, well, it is stuck in the past because it's old.
Yeah, for
So,
sure, for sure.
yeah. Um, yeah, I mean, I think there's room for exploration in terms of, I think it's a good video because it's like not just one combo.
Yeah,
Um,
that too.
but it's kind of hard to come up with a video that long with that many new ideas anyways.
For sure.
Um,
And at the time, they weren't
and
really going for innovation, more just style,
yeah,
I guess.
just capturing what balisong flipping is and what it is like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess in that same sense, Zenith Productions used to do videos like that where they just kind of go to like some abandoned hotel or warehouse and flip
Yeah.
there. Kind of in the same way that Kuma did with that video, because he's just kind of in like a junkyard for that,
Yeah.
and they just happened to film
True.
it.
True. They did that with their pro reels.
Pro reels?
That's what they were called, I'm pretty sure.
I
Not
remember,
not Kuma not Kuma Films.
yeah,
That's
Zenith.
Zenith did. Yeah.
I know they had one with Jeff and Bennett,
Yeah.
but did they do more after that? I can't remember.
I think they did. I think they did one with Flippin' Trippin' Taylor.
Okay.
Uh I don't know who else. That's all I remember.
Yeah, they don't really post much though, or I don't think at all, because Jared fell out of flipping, and
Yeah,
Gummo
I
kind of does
think.
his own thing now.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they semi make content at least. I don't know. I think they did like a Blade show thing, but I don't remember.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Back I want to say like a year ago, or no, like uh around the end of 2023, Squid did like reaction kind of videos where they look back
Oh
on
yeah,
some old
I
videos or
remember
new
that.
flippers. Do you think that would be like, I guess React content for balisong flipping would be kind of weird, but do you see that being like more than just a one-time thing, like how Squid did it?
I think it's cool. I mean, I think it's nice to see people who you look up to's reactions to things. I think it's fine, and I think it's nice. Like even as the person who made the video, it's nice to see other people talking about your video or reacting to it. Um, they kind of do that. I think they've done that for Cardistry and Yo-Yo too. Um, they also have like for Yo-Yo, there's like videos where people analyze competition combos too, and like see
Really?
how they're scored or whatever, and like why they're scored the way they are, which is kind of interesting. Um, yeah.
So with competition or like yo-yo competitions, I know you said there's like an in-person aspect, but the online part, was that part of the reason that you decided to start Knife Fight?
I don't think there is an online yo-yo competition to my
Oh, really?
knowledge. It was
Oh.
more cardistry that I was thinking of,
Oh, okay.
and Beglery with Sling Slam, because people love Sling Slam every year,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I think it would be nice to have something that people are looking forward to every year, because people are always looking forward to Sling Slam. Like people in the balisong community are excited about Sling Slam,
Yeah.
like, and they don't even have anything they like of their own to look forward to, which is kind of sad. So like,
Yeah. Well, that's cool that you're being the person to put that on.
yeah, comes with retirement. Yeah,
Yeah. To be honest, I don't think,
it's
huh?
no, you can go.
I said I don't think I would have came up with this idea to like start interviewing people if not for
Mm.
like dropping or not dropping flipping, but like putting it aside as something like strictly for flipping. You know what I mean?
Mm. Yeah, no,
Uh,
yeah, I get it. Because, back then you were like grinding and making videos because you wanted to get sponsored and shit.
mhm.
And then, like, once you don't care about that, it's like, oh, yeah, but like, I actually care about the community and I actually like, I like these people. So,
Yeah. Dude,
you know,
speaking of getting sponsored, I've noticed this is a trend. And I don't mean to call out anyone that has been sponsored with this, but
mm.
with squid sponsors specifically, at least with the newer ones or the later ones, kind of had a point where like they were posting a lot way before getting sponsored, and when they got sponsored, they posted
Oh,
less. It's
yeah,
like they kind of fall out, or
yeah,
it's hard to meet deadlines. Would you say that was
I
the same for
agree.
you?
It was 1,000% the same. Dude,
Yeah,
because you have a quota you have to meet of like a post a month.
and then two story
And
posts per week.
I don't remember how many stories, but yeah, it was stories and posts, and it kind of it made flipping like a job, and like I didn't have enough time to, because the way I make videos is I like to come up with new tricks and then make a combo. So the combo for me is like a medium to show off new tricks,
Mm,
but
okay.
I like to have the time to come up with new things and then make it and then show it. But then with one post a month, I had school, I had like all these other things that I liked, and I didn't have time to come up with new tricks. So every time I made a video, like I actually didn't care that much about the video I posted.
Mm,
Um yeah, and it kind of burns you out when you have to do stuff like, when you have to do it like a job. So I think that's what's happening.
Damn. So how long would it take you to like film and edit a video to finally like get it out?
Filming and editing is pretty fast. I could film and edit in like a day,
Really?
like a day or
Huh.
two. But it's usually coming up with a combo that like takes a long time. Like I can spend like the combo that I'm working on right now, probably spend like a month or two or like three.
Damn.
Like because you have to come up with new tricks. Like I just don't like to post when I make a video, I don't like to post stuff that has been done before or that is normal because to me or like my perspective on it for myself at least is that I want to make something that is like has a reason to be put out. I don't want to make
Mm-hmm.
stuff that like
Like a filler video.
yeah, like I don't want to make stuff that has been done before like a bajillion times. So I just spend the time and like see if I can come up with anything. Um, so yeah.
But I suppose there's merit to doing like the same trick that someone else has done before. Because like regardless of if you're doing the same trick, like if I were to do this right now, it's gonna look different from how you do it, and then it's gonna look different
True.
from how the next person does it. So I think it'd be cool, or there is some merit to copying in a sense.
Yeah, I don't disagree with it. Like, a lot of my tricks and a lot of things in between the tricks that I'm showing come from other people. Um, I don't want to have an entire video that is made up of things that I have not created. Like, I don't want to
Mm,
make a video of things that are entirely that things other people have created because then what is my voice in that?
exactly. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're more focused on the individuality of it.
I guess. I guess. I mean, I'm not specifically trying to be individual, but I want to at least be myself.
Mm,
Yeah.
damn, that's a cool way to put it.
Mm.
Well, going back to the copying thing, there was quite a time where pretty much everyone was copying your tricks and your videos. So,
Yeah. I know. I
well,
know. That was
what's your opinion on it? Does it flatter you or does it kind of make you cringe?
at the time, I was younger. I had an ego. I was kind of like annoyed that people would copy me and like, the mindset was like, "Oh, why don't they just come up with their own shit?" But like, you know, kind of stupid that I put my entire self worth on flipping and that I felt that people were like, it's just a thing for fun. I don't really care. I mean, nowadays, like, I'm flattered, obviously. I'm glad that people like the things that I'm making. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm glad people are having fun with it and trying new stuff and trying things that I make because that means they're like trying to explore new things. Though I wish people would obviously copying has its merits and like teaching you. I just think it would be or I appreciate when people like add a little bit of themselves into it.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, to give some sense of style, or at least
Yeah.
like, I mean, I guess this is true for anyone, but when you learn tricks, naturally your brain will kind of like branch off from what the
Mm.
original like trick was. Like just me going like I know I've used the twirl so many damn times in this as an example, but like how I get out of it is gonna be different from how the next person gets out of it. Like for me, I did this now, like,
Mm.
but for the next person, they're probably gonna do like a
Yeah, I do
roll.
this now. I don't know what the fuck I do.
Yeah, what is it?
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what I do.
Have you tried like popping it into an aerial from like this position right here?
What what is that
It's
position?
like here. Let me.
Oh, you mean like that?
It's like
Like sort of like a overhand scissor?
kind of. It's like oh damn. I don't know. I can't really get it at this angle. with my arm raised like
Oops.
that.
But yeah, I think so.
I think you were one of the first people to start doing like um technical tricks with just like one hand. You actually have a video
Mm,
that's just one hand and it's like by a paper mache lamp.
yes. Yeah,
Um,
yeah, I remember that.
is that do you feel more inclined to do like one-handed stuff or does the transfers come more naturally to you?
I think ideas usually come. I don't know. They're both. I
Yeah,
don't lean towards one for one reason. I think there are just more interesting things you can do with transfers because you have two hands and like different ways to play with it. And also a ton of people made a ton of technical videos before me, like Graham and Bennett and like the Koreans and like Ryloth and like Moyes. Yeah,
true. Yeah, I didn't
yeah,
consider them actually. Or I didn't make that association in my mind, but yeah, they've always like Ryloth especially. He has you know how like when you do a whip rollover, you kind of like you use your thumb for it.
yeah.
Ryloth has a thing where like he'll take his middle finger or his ring finger and like snap it.
Oh,
Fuck, what is it? Like he's not using his thumb to do that second rollover.
yeah,
Yeah, I guess I never made that correlation. So
yeah.
would you say like him and Matthew Brotherton were kind of big inspirations when you were starting for learning tricks?
No, I didn't really know them. I think also because they didn't post, so I didn't see them.
Hmm.
Um, I did like Rylock though. Um, Matthew Brotherton, I like never saw because the dude doesn't fucking post, and he like has deleted all his posts like
Yeah,
ever. Yeah,
dude, finding footage of him is impossible to find. Like
yeah,
James would always send me, or he'd be like, "Yo, did you ever see that one Matthew Brotherton video?" I'm like, he only has one post up, and it's an AB. Like,
yeah.
it's just some picture of an AB. Like, yeah, I
He
feel
was
like
making tutorials for a while.
really,
Yeah, he like made tutorials on YouTube or something.
damn, he has a YouTube. I have to see that.
I don't remember what it was called though. It was not called Matthew Brotherton.
Damn. Well, I'm not gonna be able to
Yeah,
find it then.
yeah. It was like some really vague like balisong tutorial name or some shit. I'm pretty sure.
Going back to you brought up Graham and Bennett earlier. I
Mm,
feel like they have such a like bedroom. This I
mm,
don't mean to put them in a box by saying this, but like bedroom alt kind of style with their videos and their flipping.
mm.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah. Did you ever like kind of take influence from that, or did you feel that it kind of went the opposite way?
Uh, Neither. I didn't really think about them. I guess I took influence from Graham because Graham's videos were pretty cool. Uh, Bennett less so because his videos were just like really raw. Um, but he's a great flipper. I still think he's so underrated. Um, and nobody like no new gen talks about Graham either.
No, not at
Like,
all.
like
He's
the fuck, like
he's
that's
oddly
crazy.
very underground. Like you kind of
Yeah,
had to be there for like when he was posting to know about him, which is kind of just ridiculous.
truly.
Yeah.
Diego, Lucas Abdo, uh Loki Murakusa is like underground too, even though he's like a
Yeah?
new gen. Dude, the kid is crazy. The kid is insane.
Yeah. I feel like he was one of the first people to start incorporating like
That
pen spinning moves
sort
into
of. Yeah.
flipping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see it.
I guess now that I think about it, it's pretty common for a lot of the Korean flippers or really just any flippers on the Eastern hemisphere to they don't really post much, but their story posts are pretty frequent and they're always really
Yeah.
good. Like,
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah, Murakusa, fucking wow, the dude uploads 7 billion stories.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I don't
surprised.
know. I don't know why.
I'm surprised he even has like new tricks for how long he's been flipping. He's like 3, 4
Mm.
years.
Yeah.
It's
I
hard to
mean,
like, huh?
like, at some point you think to yourself that this is like, I've thought this. I was like, oh, I'm never gonna come up with any new tricks again, dude. I've thought of every single thing off the face of the earth, but somehow I'm still coming up with tricks. So
Mm.
you just don't see them because I don't post, but I'm saving them.
Is that a conscious thing for you that you're like always constantly thinking about making new tricks, or does it just kind of happen sometimes?
Um, I think. I mean, sort of. It's like two things. It's either you're like flipping and you come across something randomly, you're like, oh, what if I could do this? But I think the other way to come up with tricks is to make a combo because
Mm.
half the tricks I come up with are from trying to find a way to get out of this one trick to get to another trick and like trying to like fix like you know
Yeah. Like
cross
connect
that
the
gap.
dots. Yeah.
Yeah, because the the reason you come up with the new tricks is because you don't want to do like there are tricks that you don't want to do to get to there, so you have to come up with a new way to get there.
Hmm. I never thought of it that way.
Another reason I think I came up with a lot of tricks is because I didn't want to learn offhand. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
Because I didn't want to learn offhand, and being limited to transfers that aren't doing things that you can do with your main hand, and coming up with other tricks is like a good way to limit yourself.
Have you tried flipping offhand though?
Like a little bit, but I'm like half of it is because I'm too lazy. Half of it is because um you can come up with more interesting tricks when you don't. Because I think flipping, doing transfers or like doing transfers or doubles is boring when you're doing the same shit that you can do with both hands.
True.
Especially doubles. I hate. Okay, hot take. I hate the way doubles is right now because it is so boring. Because the only concept, the singular concept within flipping doubles is that you're flipping, doing the same tricks that you can do with both hands at the same time. So you're not doing anything different. You're just flipping twice.
I see what
Like
you
it is
mean. Yeah, yeah,
hard,
yeah.
but it's not interesting.
So you prefer it when they're like staggered, both doing different things?
No, I'm more interested in finding new things that you can do with two balisongs, like some way interacting with each
Mm.
other, or like there's got to be something else than just flipping two times, you know?
Well, we have seen that. Bally Freak put up a video with the AB and the rep back in the day where he goes like he double scissors on both sides and then like does a twirl and then transfers
Mm.
twirl like
Yeah, stuff
yeah,
like that. I think that's cool. I just mean the mainstream interpretation of doubles has to change, I
for
think.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks so boring when it's just like both of them are doing a behind the eight ball at the same time.
Right. I mean, just because I think the point of annoyance for me is that I think there's so much potential. There's so much that you can explore, but you're not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Man, man, someone's got to try that now or just
1,000%.
tap
I
into
I
it.
know I know Dubmo Jackson tried something at one point,
I know
and
what you're
then he
talking
like never
about.
really explored that again after.
Where he
Yeah,
had like one knife like on the top of his hands or something like
I don't
that.
remember.
He went like
I don't
that.
remember, but maybe,
Yeah.
maybe, yeah. But I think there's so much that you could probably do that nobody's doing because I don't know why.
There's also I don't know if this is still a trend anymore, but I always thought this was really stupid. Having multiple balisongs in your hands with the same
Oh,
hand and doing tricks and shit.
there's
Japark.
Japark.
Yeah. How you feel about that?
I think it's cool. I think it's an interesting idea. I think the execution is not thought out enough because half of the time he transitions from two balisongs to one again is like just throwing on his bed. And I think
Pretty much.
there's like more interesting ways. I like the idea. I just think they have to think about it a little more.
Yeah.
I think
Man.
it's cool though.
Yeah. Realistically though, at this point, do you think there even is anything more beyond like how you said with the doubles that could be done with flipping?
Mm, maybe. I mean, you know, for a while, everything always seems stagnant, and then somebody comes up with some new shit. Like, I'm sure there's new ways you can play with the balisong in this fixed position, or like, you know how I started this fucking shit, like this mechanic is
Yeah.
like nobody fucking thought of that shit. Like, I think
Yeah.
there's probably some crazy shit that people haven't thought of. Maybe people go back to fucking parabolics, man. You never know. Like, yeah, I don't
I don't
know.
know. I feel like that's only an ender kind of trick, like just something you do at the end of a combo. But I don't.
You never know. Somebody could do an entire fucking parabolic combo.
True, true. Hmm. But do you feel like we've hit a plateau in the community?
Like a little bit. I think I don't know why specifically. I think part of it is a lot of the big flippers and a lot of the people who are coming up with new stuff suddenly died because they have life stuff going on,
Yeah.
including me, but not really doing a good job of like passing down knowledge with like tutorials or like you know there was no real passive knowledge down, so it kind of took a while for people to kind of catch up.
I see.
um um Yeah, so nowadays, I mean, I also don't keep up with it that much, so I have a skewed opinion of um what it is nowadays. But it definitely does feel a little quieter than before. I don't know why.
You ever think it'll make a resurgence? Like the goats will
It
come
has
back?
to.
Yeah?
Goats will come back, maybe not. Maybe there'll be new goats though. I know Igor still keeps up. Um, I'm sure people still keep up, like Steven. Um, yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. I think I think more new people will come up in some time, in due time.
But do you see a day where like Joff, Seiji, even yourself will post all in the same within the span of like a couple months or something? Do you see that happening?
No, I don't think so. I
Yeah.
mean, you get old, you get older, you have other priorities. Um, yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, it's good that you were around to see it while you did, and you made your part while you did. But to be honest, I mean, I still think their legacies, as well as yours, kind of live on through the videos for those that are willing to revisit it
Mm,
or willing to take a turn from what's current and look back at.
true. Watch my fucking highlights, bro. Nobody, dude. Like a few people steal things from my highlights, but like there needs to be more people, man. Like I have so much shit there. Like actually.
I'm glad you embrace your creativity because some people, I specifically James, and not to call him out, but he's like, oh man, I hate this idea that I came up with like this all this time ago. I'm like, bro, why? Just like you made it. At least have a little bit of not pride, but understands or understanding. And sure, you may
Yeah,
hate it, but someone may like it and do something crazy with it that you might have never thought of.
yeah, like that, or like if you hate it, you don't have to post it.
Exactly.
Like there are ideas I come up with I don't like, and I just don't post them. Um, yeah, but I mean, even that, like there have been ideas that I didn't like in the past that somebody else has liked, and then I kept thinking about it because somebody else said they liked it, and I guess I ended up using it somehow.
Did you ever come up with an idea and you're like, oh, it doesn't look that good. I'm not gonna post it. And then someone else comes up with it, or like someone else posts it, and you're like, damn it, well, I should have posted it. Claim ownership of sorts.
No, but I've posted ideas on my story, and then people have used it in like a post video, and then like obviously I'm not expecting people to give me credit for it, but it looks like they came up with a trick because they posted it on a post and I posted it on the story and it disappeared. Um, I don't care that much nowadays, but at the time I was like, wow,
Mm,
yeah,
like offended
and
by
that
it?
is why a little bit, not offended, more so. I think I put too much of my again self-worth into flipping, so it felt like they were stealing from me and like taking my credit, which
Mm,
a little bit, I guess, but well, I guess that's kind of transitioned to my mindset of nowadays. Any ideas I really like, I will not post them until I like put it in a video or something.
I see, I see.
Yeah.
So mm, you kind of don't want to let the idea escape unless it's until it's like ready and cultivated, sort of thing.
That, but also, you know, people are more reactive when they haven't seen something before and then they see it.
Mm,
So if
I
they
see.
see it already in a story and then I use it in a post, then it's going to have less impact. But if I just post it, then it's like, whoa, yeah.
Ah, that's smart. Huh, that's smart. Well, going back to like trick inspirations, um, do you know? Well, of course you know him, but say something Wong, Josh Flips
Oh,
from
Josh. Yeah.
the Philippines.
Yes.
He actually credited you and a few other flippers as like really big inspirations and help, and great helps when
Mm,
he was starting out.
that's my goat.
Is he?
He's my goat. Yeah. He's been
Yeah.
on the latte art grind.
What?
He's learning to pour latte art. He's pretty good. He's pretty good.
Where the hell has this been? I must have missed it. That's
Oh well, I've
crazy.
like I'm we like follow each other on our other accounts.
Ah, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. But yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like you get to see how do I say this? Do you get like kind of flattered or feel good about like when you would mentor him for a trick or something and then you see him do it in a post. And you're like,
I
"Hey,
think I
I thought
mentored
of that."
him specifically in any way. I think he just like liked the stuff I was doing and like learned it or like I don't know. I don't remember any time I specifically talked to him about like mentality or anything.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, he seemed to take a lot of inspiration from you, and he actually had a post with just a whole bunch of names tagged at the ends.
Ooh, I do not remember.
But how do you feel about being like an inspiration over the years?
It's nice. It's I'm glad I had some sort of impact on the community, you know. Um it's not common where you can say that you have influenced a bunch of people like around the world, really. Um it's kind of crazy like thinking about my influence.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, like that Rev cherry or like underhand cherry whatever this is, that
Oh,
thing.
yeah, yeah.
And then Rev BH fan was also me, I'm pretty
I was
sure.
about to
And then
say.
whatever the fuck this is, this stall shit was also me.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a lot. It's kind of insane, really. Not to toot my own horn, but
No, no, I get it.
yeah.
I think you have the credibility to brag, especially coming up with the reverse backhand fan. Was that
Mm,
did it exist before you did it, or
it could
like you
have.
made
It.
it?
I don't. It's not like I came up with it, like to my knowledge, but I'm sure it's not a hard concept to come up with because it's just a backhand fan but reverse.
But in execution and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. It was hard. I think I spent like a day trying to learn it, and then I got it consistent, and then I put it on my story or something.
That was
And yeah.
revolutionary seeing that for the first time. I'm not gonna lie, like
Dude, it's fucking crazy the amount of people like seeing combos nowadays, and then like everybody is doing that backhand fan, and it's like, dude, you guys need to stop. You guys gotta chill out on this Rev BH fan, man. Like, we gotta find another trick now.
it's cool though. I mean, like most people already have the normal backhand fan, so it's only natural for like whenever they're in that position to kind of try to reverse it.
Yeah, no, it's a good trick. It's a useful trick. I just think I see it too much.
Hmm.
I need to see something else.
Yeah, but how's it feel to see like your tricks afloat or like just floating around the community like that?
It's cool. It's crazy. It's weird. Like, you don't think about it in the moment, but when I actually sit here and think about it, it's like, wow, what the fuck? Like, people are doing shit that I'm sure that's how Jeff feels about the tweak fan.
Uh,
Dude, he hates that name.
I
He hates
know.
that name so much. It's
I
so
feel so
funny.
bad that that's how it's known now. Like, damn.
I understand, man. People like what? I think somebody named my like people have just like because I don't name my tricks, people just put Loki in front of them and then that's the name of the trick. So like Loki closer, Loki stall. Dude, that stall is called somebody called it the Loki stall. And I was like, what the fuck is that name, dude? That name sucks.
Bro, it's better than the trick names now because I don't know if you know, but like the state of Utah has a pretty big flipping community, like in person,
Mm.
and they all kind of share the same tricks with each other and style,
Mm.
and that I would not say that that's a good thing because
Interesting. Who's from Utah?
Oximity, Banks of,
Oh.
well, I don't know if he goes by that anymore, but Banks,
Isn't the name Banks Crow or
yeah,
something?
it used to be like Banks
Yeah.
of Rome. That's how I remember him, but
Oh, I see.
uh, I want to say Dubmo's from there too. But like a lot of the most popular flippers now. Oh,
Interesting.
Balisong Nerd. Yeah, they're from Utah.
Oh, interesting.
And so like you'll
Interesting,
see
interesting.
collabs from them all the time. But
That makes sense.
what was my point on this? Oh, yeah, they have I mean they have weird tricks. Like they have weird trick names. Like they call
Oh,
this
okay.
I don't know. The noodle is one that I've heard being called.
Wait, like what, like this or
I don't even know what
like
trick
just
it
a
is,
trick? Oh, okay,
but
okay.
it's called the noodle, and then they have all these
Hmm.
other weird names that I just can't remember and don't bother to. To be honest,
That's fine.
yeah.
I don't really care. I mean, people can name what they want because it's their trick. Yeah, I don't particularly have any opinions, really. Yeah.
Hmm. Damn. Do you ever get recognized in public?
No.
No?
Why would I get recognized in the
I
public?
just figured I'd ask because, like, I mean, you're pretty influential in the ballad song scene. And
Dude,
granted,
nobody knows my face. Nobody knows
really?
my face. Like a few people. Like there was a time I think I was on a call with like back then the Squid Squad when we had like some sort of sponsor call, which was and then I think Seiji posted a story that had my face on it, and then people were like, "Oh my god, that's what Loki looks like." And then after that, like nobody saw my face ever again. So nobody knows what I look like.
Damn.
I'm just the pink profile picture, man.
Yeah, pretty much. That's how I've always like remembered. But I mean, I I guess I guess maybe after this people will recognize you in public.
I
Maybe.
don't know. I mean, how many flippers are in New York? I have no idea.
Not many, I'm assuming. I could be wrong, but I mean, New York's a big place.
True.
Yeah. Don't you think it'd be kind of weird though, being like, it's almost like celebrity status being recognized in public like that?
Yeah, I think I heard Jelly was recognized at the airport or something before. I mean,
Damn.
like I wouldn't particularly think anything about it. I just think it'd be kind of like funny. It's weird because the amount of followers and views you have on the internet are like just a number, and like somebody actually coming up to you in real life and like knowing who you are is like strange.
Yeah. I mean, even among like, how many followers do you have?
I think like 4K, 4 point something. I don't even have that many followers, honestly.
Like, even among those 4K followers, very few, or a decent chunk of them will be in the United States, and very few of them will be West Coast, and even
True,
fewer on East Coast. And
true.
it's such a small percentage that like one of your followers will be where you are.
Yeah.
So I'm yeah, I don't know. And I'm just considering that it's niche anyways.
Mm.
Um, it'd probably be quite
I
astronomical.
dropped a bunch of cards on the ground. Hold on.
Oh, brother.
Okay, I got them. Yeah, it would be pretty rare for anyone to notice me anyways. So I'm chilling. It would just be kind of funny, I guess.
Yeah. Speaking of this is a weird transition, but cards, the cards you just dropped.
Yeah.
Um, have you ever played balichat?
Oh my god. No, but I've heard of like some of my friends are fucking addicted to that shit. Like
Yeah.
I've heard through the grapevine that it is a pretty good game. Do you play it?
I played it because James bought me it on Steam.
I'm not surprised James plays it.
I was like,
Yeah.
to be honest, I thought it was just like, you know how he is, kind of like, he's into like nerdy niche games. And I don't mean that in a
Sure.
rude way, but
Yeah.
I thought it was just another one of those. I didn't even know it was popular at all.
Mm.
Um, yeah, I actually they've released like a deck of cards based on the game,
Oh,
and those were pre-order, but they come out this month. So
that's fire.
yeah, that's
You
that's what
talking
we're on.
about that? I'm assuming you do you still play the game?
No, not really. I
Hmm.
can't even I can't even beat it. Like I don't
Oh.
know. Me and James have played it together, and like
You can play it multiplayer?
no, we just start the
Oh.
same game at the same time. Like there's you can put a seed, and like it'll have the same
Oh, I
like we would do
see.
set seed and
Interesting.
like see how we would branch off. And like
Yeah.
I'd be on like level 1 or whatever, and he'd already be on
Yeah.
the last one, already beating the game. And I'm like, all right, cool.
Damn.
Uh,
Wait, he's the goat. What the fuck?
he is. Wait, so how did you and James meet or get to know each other?
Instagram. I think another reason the community feels so different now is because like hashtags, the way hashtags work are so different now. Like you used to just see people's videos and shit because they use the hashtag, but
True.
nowadays, like, I think they stopped working and the balisong hashtag is like not as big. So like, I think that was the reason balisong homepage or whatever was made. But
Mm,
yeah, like
damn.
that, I think that's a big part of why the community feels so fractured now.
Yeah, I feel like since both of us were around for the time where like the Balisong hashtag was active, you kind of like you met people
Yeah,
or you like saw people, and then like if you got close, you got close. But
yeah,
that was kind of like the only time we could have done that.
yeah, 1000%.
Yeah. So I'm grateful that I have made the friends that I have in the community while I was able to, because I don't think I would be able to now. Especially with
For
the
sure.
Balisong homepage thing, it's really, really crowded, man. Like,
Yeah, I'm sure.
yeah,
It was definitely that, and also it was COVID, so everybody was
true.
like constantly online and like flipping and posting and stuff.
Do you feel like COVID kind of affected your flipping?
Yeah, I got fucking good. Like, dude, I flipped so much, dude. I used to flip like 5 or 6 hours a day, low key. Like I used to flip
Damn,
crazy. Um, yeah, man. I don't know. I just you had so much free time, and like, what the fuck do you do?
for sure. Yeah. Damn. I guess for people that didn't start flipping or like were not flipping during COVID time, they might not have as developed as a time with the balisong or like comfortability.
Mm,
It that may be
maybe,
weird to say, but yeah. I feel like a lot of
but I don't
just
know.
experiences or tricks that you know come from just spending time with it, even just like not even doing tricks, just kind of like messing around with it.
Yeah. Well, that and I mean, it's a different time. It was a different time. Like things were, you know, like back then, people were like different tricks were trending. Like the chatter. People were like, "Oh my god, the chatter." Like
Yeah.
nowadays, the chatter would not be interesting. But also, nobody talks about the chatter or like the
No,
cat.
that's not
The
true.
cat was fucking.
People do the reverse chatter. That's a real popular one now.
Uh,
It doesn't look as
true.
cool, but I mean, it's it's a trick nonetheless.
Yeah, I guess tricks do still. I mean, also the other recent tricks I can think of that were trending were like 2 years ago were like Rev Giraffe or like
Hmm.
I
Those
remember
are
when Rev
still pretty
Giraffe was a
popular.
thing. Yeah,
It's like have you seen Alan do like the reverse double scissors? But
probably.
like Alan, bro,
Yeah, I know Alan.
that guy's insane.
Yeah, he flips so fast, man. Like actually,
I have
I
a
don't know how his hands work.
I have an IRL flipper. Like we live like 10 minutes away from each other, and
Mm.
you know, Balisong flipping on YouTube. That like one
Yeah, I think
shitty,
so. Yeah, that channel. Yeah.
yeah. Um, my friend had actually met him in person,
Mm.
and he
Yeah.
that Balisong flipping. I think his name is Brandon. He was
Mm.
like so adamant that Alan speeds up his videos or like that it's fake,
Damn.
but
Damn. That's crazy.
yeah. But I mean, for some people, it just is that fast. Like I don't know
Yeah,
how, but yeah,
he's crazy. I mean, yeah, he's put in the hours, really.
yeah. If you had stuck with Beglery more consistently, or yeah, more consistently than you did with Battle Songs, would you feel that you would have been like one of the elite players, or is the community like too small for that to be possible?
Crazy question. I mean, I think everybody can be good at something if they're like invested in it. I mean, I was pretty good. Like again, it feels weird to talk about yourself in a good light, but I think that's pretty good. I think I came up with some interesting ideas. Um, yeah, I probably, I guess.
Hmm.
Like I could probably get good at whatever if like I cared about it enough, but yeah. I
So,
think the key to building style is just having a really strong perspective. Like
mm,
there are a ton of tricks I fucking hate with flipping or like I don't think like okay, for example, I hate double scissors. I hate any form of multiple scissors. I think they're useless in a combo, really,
pretty much.
because you're doing the same trick twice. Like I don't understand uh like having any sort of opinion because somebody else could disagree with me and that's fine, and that's their style. My style is just built on things I like and I don't like, and as long as I have a strong opinion of that, then it's like, you know, that's applicable to any other hobby or skill toy or anything.
True. So, hmm, would you say that like if it wasn't for balisongs then that you would have been like you would have just found another form of art and then been like really good at that, or did balisong specifically stand out to you?
Mm, maybe, I don't know. It's hard to say, you know. Um, I think I don't know. I can't give you a specific answer on that. Like everything is circumstantial. Like
Yeah.
I think could have maybe, but I don't know. I just have strong opinions. I think, nowadays I don't flip as much, but I do other things. Like I do graphic design. Um, I enjoy. Well, I don't really video edit as much now that I don't have anything to edit, but more so graphic design. And I think graphic design is sort of fulfilling what I wanted with flipping.
Yeah, I saw you do
Yeah.
the graphics for like when you first advertised Knife Fight.
Mm,
Um
yep.
with graphic design, do you see like yourself kind of getting burnt out at times or like finding a lack of creativity? Do you think ballad songs kind of helped with that?
Helped with like not burning out or helped with
Like helped
what?
fuel your creativity? Cuz like I mean you were doing graphics for ballad songs. So,
Yeah.
I mean I'd imagine there wasn't like a lack of knowledge in that part.
Yeah. Um, I think I think both things influence one another, like my mentality on flipping and my mentality on graphic design influence one another in some way because both of them stem from my opinion on art and creativity in general. Um, I in terms of burnout, I think burnout is real and burnout is like, you get tired of things if you do it too much or if you don't care about something, you'll get tired. But I don't know why I'm talking about this, but specifically in regards to like creative block, I think creative block is like I don't know if it's a myth, but I don't like the word creative block
Hmm.
uh because I don't think you're being blocked from anything. I just think you're like in a plateau and you're not coming up with anything new. And there's nothing you can do to solve that. Sometimes you just have to wait or you have to consume other things and be in like you have to look at other things to get new perspective.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm. Well, going back to the graphic design thing, I feel like a lot of your the art that you do, it kind of reminds me of like have you ever seen Persona 5 or like some kind of graphic design like that?
I guess. Yeah, I've seen Persona 5. Yeah.
Yeah. Would you is your like would you say you got inspired by video games at all or other medias like that in your graphic design?
Sure. I mean, I just think anything you consume in general influences the things you make because consuming anything, regardless of whether you like it or dislike it, uh, confirms, it helps you to confirm things that you think already. Like it
For
helps you
sure.
to either think that, oh, I like this thing that I consume, so I'm gonna make more things that are like that. Or I don't like this thing that I consume, so I'm gonna make stuff that doesn't look like that. Or this thing is so different to what I thought I liked, or I thought I didn't like, and now I like it. So I think it's just
Mm.
being able to, consume different types of things, which is, I think that in part has influenced my flipping too and graphic design for sure.
Hmm. Nice. Do you I know you mentioned earlier when you started editing that you watched or you got inspiration from like anime edits like AMVs.
Mm.
Do you watch anime or read manga?
Yeah, I consume. I think I used to consume more anime, but nowadays more so manga and anime. I'm like pretty picky about like, back then when I was a kid, you like watch all this shonen stuff and like slice of life stuff. Like nowadays, I'm like actively choosing. Oh, I want to watch this because I heard it's good, or because I like the directing, I like the animation, you know, character design.
Do you have a genre that you prefer, like shonen versus slice of life?
I am a big experimental animation
Ah, really?
enjoyer. I like. I don't know if you know who Yuasa is,
You
but
was.
he worked on stuff like Ping Pong the animation,
Mm-hmm.
or like Kaiba, I guess, or like Devilman Crybaby. He worked on. He's just like he worked on this movie called Mind Game. It's great. You should watch it.
Mind
But
game.
he's a great,
Hmm.
great animator. I'm big fan of just like the. I'm just a big fan of like creative expression. So usually I prefer to consume things that like have a point of view than making stuff just to sell things.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah,
Damn. So your go-to is kind of like more abstract, kind of.
doesn't have to be. It can be. It can be simple and like easily understood. For example, like Crayon Shinchan. But Crayon Shinchan has like great animation and like great animators. And even though it's weird and stupid and for kids, like I think it's awesome. Like I recently watched Dogman. I don't know if you heard of Dogman.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
dude, the animation is fucking fantastic.
The manga art
And
is really good too. I've seen that. Am I
the
thinking?
manga art? Oh, no, I'm talking
Wait.
about Dog. Like the guy who
Oh, that.
worked.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm totally thinking of something different.
I
Oops.
know. Are you talking about that thing on Twitter? That manga that maybe not. Anyways, yeah. Dogman, done by the guy who did Captain Underpants. It's like literally a children's fucking movie, and it's
Yeah.
fantastic, bro.
They did the same thing with that Puss in Boots movie. It was
Yeah,
kind of
Puss in
like
Boots is great. Spider Verse is great. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was great. Like all these like animated things that are coming out that are like a little. They're not necessarily like super experimental, but they're still good. They're like pretty experimental. Specifically, Spider Verse was like crazy experimental
have
at
you
the time.
they delayed the movie, this
Yeah,
third
I heard.
movie because of the
I
the
heard.
main actor.
Oh, was that
Yeah.
why it was delayed?
That
I thought they just.
well, that's the core or that's the association I've heard is that
Oh,
he's just kind
I
of
don't
being a
think
creep.
so. He was a creep and he was a little weird, but it was. I don't think that's why it was delayed. Like 2025 is just way too short of a time frame, like 1 or 2 years, to finish an entire 2-hour animated movie.
True. It was like not that I think about it, the first one came out like 2018 or 2019
Something like that, and it
and
took them like
like
6 years or like
yeah,
5. Yeah,
damn.
like Arcane season 2 took like 3-4 years. Like,
Really?
yeah, I think so.
Dude, all I've seen of Arcane is just like questionable content. I don't even know if it's about League or not. Like, or if it
Questionable
has
how.
like uh I don't know if it's about it like what is League even about? Cuz
What
I
is
know it's
League
based on
about?
yeah, I know it's based on League of Legends.
Yeah,
Cuz it looks like a fighting game, but like everything I've seen about it or as far as Arcane, doesn't seem like it's, they're doing the fighting part.
they do have some of the fighting. But League Arcane, I think, just takes from the lore of League of Legends and kind of I assume just like pushes that. Um, yeah, it's like any other TV show. It's like it's like politically politically related. It's like a drama. It's like
Mm.
has aspects of like thriller. It's like I guess it has aspects of fighting and action and whatever. Some sort of romance, I guess. It's just like a TV show.
Hmm. Yeah, I was never too big into League, so I guess I don't understand. Or I don't really watch TV anyways, so
Mhm.
yeah.
See.
This one's kind of off topic now, but with your videos, it's pretty common for you to just not even open the knife, and the combo just ends with the knife closed. Is that a stylistic choice, or is that more just kind of unintentional?
What do you mean?
Let me pull up a video, because like you have a few videos where you just go like that, and then the video's over.
Yeah. Is that not a closer?
I mean, it is a closer, but like the knife never opens. Like it never stays open for a while.
Does it need to?
No, no, no. That's what I'm asking. Like, is that something that you're
uh,
particular about, or just kind of happens
no.
that way?
I mean, I don't. No, I don't like. It's not. I'd never thought of it as like a thing that you had to do to be considered a combo.
No, not at all.
Yeah. That's that. Well, that's why it's not a thing I do because I never thought it was a thing you needed to do.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty unique. I guess most
Really.
people they at least around the same time that you were posting like the when the knife opens, okay, that's the end of the combo, or that's like when the video
Oh,
finishes.
I had no
Yeah,
idea.
that's like the conclusion. Yeah.
I thought a closer was either you open it or you like close it.
Oh. Huh.
I just wanted to create other closers because I thought it was so boring that everybody always ended a combo on a shortstop or like any ice pick grip or like some fucking I just thought it was boring. So I was like,
Yeah,
oh, let's just do some other shit.
that's been done to death.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess now you see some variation with shortstops. Like there's the let me do this on a thicker knife. Like with the double one that goes like this, and then you throw it up again, like
Yeah. I have
Ryloth's.
some weird shit. I have whatever how do I even get into it? Um what did I do to get into it? Hold on, let me think. Okay, I have this shit. I have like whatever that closer is now. That weird like back like thing. I don't
Oh yeah,
that
yeah.
thing.
Oh damn.
I guess that's a closer. It is I posted that on my store a bunch, so it is not new. But yeah.
Yeah. Damn. What's your thoughts on like squids evolution over the years, both in terms of like their design, the team? How you feel?
I think the team's cool. I love the people who work there. They're like really friendly. And you mean team as in who they sponsor or
Yeah,
team
the
as
squid
in
squad. I guess I should have specified
oh.
that.
Well, I mean it comes from a different time really. I mean I miss the people who used to be sponsored obviously because I was active around that time. I don't know too much about the people who are sponsored nowadays, so can't really say I have many opinions. Though this is not an opinion, but I think a thing I've noticed, and maybe that's because of COVID, is that the people who are sponsored like have less of an impact on the community in comparison to the people back then.
Mm. Like
But
in
I just think right now there's not much choice either. Like who do you think is the most impactful in the community right now who's active?
I don't really keep up with the new sponsors, but Balisong Nerd is pretty popular, and he's kind of pushing the more cinematic feel instead of like
but less in terms of videos and flipping. Like back then, it was people who were like pillars. It was
yeah,
like Jeff, Seiji, Andre, and there was like Steven, there was Jelly, Igor, there was Jin, there was Kilo. I guess it'll say me, but like, I mean, there was also Taylor, and she was huge in the community. Like, there were like, I don't know. I just feel like the people were way more impactful, but maybe the level of impact is proportional to the amount of people that were also invested in the community, and that was also because of COVID. So I
true.
don't
That is true.
know.
There's a lot of factors to it.
Yeah, I got
Hmm.
Ollie. I forgot Ollie. Ollie was sponsored too.
Ollie. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ollie Rev. Yeah,
Yeah. Dude,
yeah.
him and Matt Bat, like when they first got
Oh, Matt.
sponsored,
Matt was sponsored. Yeah.
they were actually like the most consistent with staying up to date with the quota. I
Mm,
felt like for a lot of people that they kind of fell off with staying on time, but they were so
yeah.
consistent those two.
Yeah. They were crazy. They were insane.
To the point where it was
Yeah.
almost kind of annoying to see their stuff being posted on other
That's
people's
crazy.
story. Yeah.
Mm, yeah. I think one thing I wish is I wish we got to see Jory a little more because
Mm,
I think Jory was like on the come up and then he like stopped posting. But I think he had kind of that chance to reach that sort of like, oh, this guy is like one of the goats, low
yeah.
key, maybe.
I mean, he did get sponsored, and that did get him more well known.
Yeah,
But again, that goes back to like getting sponsored and then sort of falling out because of the obligation to it.
yeah,
That could be part of the reason why, like what you said, he kind of is not
mm,
as recognized as he should be.
yeah.
Yeah,
It is pretty hard to keep up for sure.
yeah. This community is kind of tough to to make the ranks in.
It's hard for me to empathize.
True.
Um, why do you say that?
I don't know. I feel like you gotta. I don't want to throw anyone under the bus when I say this, but there's some people in the community that you know are going to be very temporary. Like they'll show up, they'll have a cool style, they'll post consistently for a while, and they'll have a lot of followers. But
Mm,
you know, not because of those factors, but those factors are a sign that they're not going to be. They won't have longevity, you know?
mm,
Like, if they have like a sudden burst of followers and their style's pretty unique, but you never see it extend past the intermediate barrier or the advanced barrier, it's very likely that they're not gonna last or they're not gonna at least have longevity. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm kind of being a little bit rude and blunt when I say that, but the same goes the opposite way is that if you do have good style and good consistency, or like in comparison to the first person, you might not be posting as much or as
mm,
frequently, but like your consistency as far as quality and flipping is still there.
mm,
Not only will you progress, which I think is the personal benefit of this, but your follower count will go up very, very slowly.
mm-hmm.
I feel like you see that with well, I wasn't there when he started getting popular, but Abdo,
Oh yeah,
um, even Scissor or what's his name?
Diego.
Diego, yeah.
Yeah.
To this day, they still have a little less than like 1,500 followers.
Mm,
So I think there's sort of like phases that go through the community. Like, oh yeah, this guy got um he's got this really cool style or this cool like intermediate advanced trick.
mm,
But once you see them, they're in and out. Like they
interesting.
yeah, I don't know. I also tend to monitor stuff like that. So I could just be like
Hmm.
talking out of my ass now, but yeah.
I think when you say that, the first thing that comes to mind is I assume that people think that people are getting boring because they're doing the same stuff,
Mm,
right? So when you're not doing anything, like you can do something new and then people will follow you because of it. But if you only keep doing that same thing that got you noticed in the first place, then people get bored of you.
for sure.
Um, so that's like what is coming to mind for me. I also think being good, or the thing you mentioned about quality and not having a lot of followers and stuff, I guess. But I think for me personally, I was inactive in terms of posting. Like if you look at my videos, I post so infrequently. Like like
Let's see.
I don't know. I have like months between videos. Um, uh, like example, I had a post in 2021 on the 27th of September, and then my next post after that was in 2022 April. That's like how many months is that? That's like that's like 7 months later, dude.
Damn. Yeah. Well, you said September 27th, 2021.
Yeah, to 2022 April.
Oh yeah. Damn, that is a long time.
And I think the difference between posting and not posting is like also being active on your stories and just like talking to people.
True.
Like,
And just
and
being
I'm not
around.
saying,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think it's about doing that specifically to retain people. And like, it was just like, yeah, I'm there.
Hmm.
Like I still cared, but it was just like I just didn't post. So it's not like people forgot me or anything. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. I feel like there's just sort of like it's almost like they're it's weird to say destined like this, but like when some people get into the hobby, it's almost like guaranteed that it's just gonna be a one and done kind of thing. Like they'll be in it for a year or maybe even 6 months, and then they just kind of disappear. Like
Mm,
I don't know if you've heard of this guy, but back in the day, there used to be a guy named like Panda Flips or whatever, Panda Flops,
I have no.
and like I feel like he's a good example because he completely dipped out of the community after getting really popular within the span of a couple months. I feel like when people start the hobby and they see and that happens to them, it's kind of natural, or at least it's a common trend that they will disappear or like fall out of the hobby.
Interesting.
Or if
I
they
don't know if I
do,
agree with that.
or if they do, like they will only ever stay at the skill level that they've been at.
I think I think you are. I think you're putting a lot of assumption into different things. For one, I think you're coming in with the assumption that everybody is here to get as good as possible, which some people are only here to have fun.
For sure.
And number two is that, like, you're forgetting that people have things outside of their lives too.
Oh no, I
And a
understand
lot of,
all of
yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah.
I just noticed
So
that's been a trend for quite a while.
interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I don't really. I mean, I think a bunch of people stop because they get bored of it or because they get interested in other things. And yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, honestly, it's been kind of crazy seeing how long you've stayed in the community and not only like just longevity, but having like consistent creativity and new ideas, regardless of like how often they're posted or whatever. But you still have creativity. You're still doing new things do that you wouldn't have done back in the day, and I think
Mm,
that's very cool to
thank
see
you. I
how
appreciate
much
it.
you've grown over the time.
I'm quite surprised too, honestly. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I always tell myself like, yeah, I guess I'm not gonna quit. And I don't. So I guess I just like it. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for doing this. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day. Yeah.
Yeah, anytime, man. Thanks for asking me to be on. I think it was nice to get to know you and
Yeah, likewise.
nice to talk about flipping once in a while because I don't talk about it often. Um, really, because unless I'm like talking to somebody in the community, like why am I gonna talk about flipping? So yeah, it's nice to talk about and like reflect on what was a big part of my life like the past 6 years. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping someone will be able to watch this and kind of take inspiration from you in the same way that I did and for the flippers before you that you looked up to. Yeah,
Mm.
hopefully this can be something to inspire people to do something new or try something new.
Yeah, dude, if you're watching this in like 2025 before June, July, July, the knife fight is gonna happen. So
Oh, yeah.
probably should probably enter. That'll be fun. There'll probably be participation prizes like lucky draw or some shit, but we can get that figured out really. But yeah, apply. It'll be cool. Even if you don't win, it'll be fun. It's nice to try. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, anytime, man. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, thank you.